This is Swamy. I'm handling UI technologies in Durga South. In this React.js demonstration class, we are going to discuss what is React.js and where we are using this React.js. That basic information I'm providing to you right now. Yes. If you take this React.js is nothing but client-side script. What is that? Client-side script. If you take any website, in websites we're implementing the logics. Okay, business logics we're implementing. So actually there are two types of categories we have in this logic development. One is client side coding, another one is server side coding. So client side coding is executing in browser and server coding is executing web server. So client side script executes in browser and server side script executes in web server. For example, if you take any website like Facebook or any other website here, yes, in this website we have number of web pages. Okay, every web page contains both client-side script as well as server-side script. So that client-side script is executing in which location? So client's browser location. Now here this is client-side script, and server-side script is executing in web server. So server-side script. So like that, basically two types of scripts we have. So one is client-side script. So that script is executing in browser, and server-side script is executing in which location? A web server. Yeah. Example, Facebook. If you open Facebook or Gmail or any other websites, so landing page is downloading into your browser. Landing page is downloading into your browser. So when this landing page is downloading, that script, original client side script also downloading into your browser, and in your browser with the help of interpreters, that script is executing. But server side code, it is there in server only. It will not download into your browser. It executes in server machine and it returns the results to the browser. Like that, we have these two types of scriptings. One is client side script, another one is server side script. Now you want to handle the functionalities of browser. You want to handle the functionalities of browser, then we are taking the support of client side scripts. For example, so browser controls I want to handle means HTML controls, and I want to apply dynamic functionalities on the HTML controls, or I want to validate the input controls. And the next one, some logics I want to execute in client's mission. So in this point of view, we are using client-side script. HTML, if you take, for example, HTML is providing many controls like text box, button, image, etc. All these controls are static controls. Static control means what is the meaning? So that control state will not change. Means here the properties of controls will not change at runtime. For example, you are displaying one image. At the time of creating that web page, for that image you provided width 100 pixels, height 100 pixels, like that you have given width and height. Once you load this web page, so in this browser it displays that image with the same width and height. But my requirement is in browser, when user click on the image control, I want to increase the width and height. By default, it is not possible. Then we are using JavaScript. Okay, that is client side script. So like that, so text box is there, some text is there. When I click on the text box, then I want to change the text of this text box. Then we are using client side script. So dynamic images, one by one sliding images I want to display, client side script. Validations is client side script. Like that, many things we can do with client side script. So by using JavaScript is the client side script to execute some logics in browser, and PHP or JSP, ASP, all these technologies comes under server-side scripts to execute logics in web server. Like the two types of scripts we are using here. One is client-side script and another one is server-side script. Okay. Now here, yes, client-side script if you take executes in client's browser. to handle the browser properties, to validate the input controls, and you want to execute any logics. For example, calculator program you want to develop in your website. In this calculator program, you're displaying the controls, text boxes, and button controls. So like numbers and operators like that. Now, if user enter any numbers and click on plus minus these operations, if user enter the numbers and click on the operations, then we have to execute some code. Yes, that code we can execute by using client side as well as server side. Means you can implement JavaScript logics here, or you can also use ASP, PHP, JSP, these logics. You can use these technologies to implement the logics. But if you write the logics using server side scripts like ASP, PHP, etc., whenever user click on the button, every time request is going to the server, there it is processing and response is coming back to the browser. For this entire process, it takes some time. But same logics if you implement by using JavaScript, that JavaScript is executing client system. So that's why immediately user can see the result of this. So like that, here we have two types of scripts here. One is client side script, another one is server side script. Okay. Now if you take 1 second. Yes. Now, if you take client-side script, that script is executing in browser mission. Okay, so that client-side script is executing browser mission, and this client-side script we are using to apply some validations and to handle the HTML contours. So, one example I will show you. You can get more clarity. So now here, save this file. I'm creating one HTML program. So that HTML program, so demo.html, I'm taking like this. This is HTML program which we are using here. In this HTML program, I want to take one image control. This is body tag. img source is equal to. So you can see this is one image mango.jpg. That image I'm displaying here. So width is equal to 100 pixels are given. Like that, I have taken this image control. What is the source of this image? Mango.jpg. Now here demo.html, let me open this. So it display that image control. Now this image is static control. Okay, means this is runtime. I've opened this program in browser. This is runtime. So here the image properties will not change. My requirement is I want to apply dynamic functionalities on this image control. For example, if user click on this image, I want to increase the width and height, or I want to change the source. Right now, Mango is the source which it displays here. I want to display apple.jpg or other images I have in my desktop. Like here, this is apple and this strawberry like that. So in this scenario, we are working with client-side script, that is JavaScript only. Now here, I will write that code. See this. Just don't try to understand the code. Okay. So we are working with the React.js. All these logics we are writing with React.js. Okay, now here apple.jpg I have given. Now, when I click on this, we are getting apple.jpg. Means the static control is converted as dynamic control. Like that, I'm taking button control, for example. Yes, new line, input type is equal to button, value is equal to just click me. Now, when I refresh, this button is there. When I move mouse over this button, I want to change the text of this control. Okay. Then we are taking the support of JavaScript only. Now here, see, JavaScript value is equal to Don't. Now here refresh, mouse over, then it displays the text. What the text we are getting? Don't click me like that. So any HTML control properties you want to change at runtime, then we are taking the support of JavaScript. Okay. Now here this is value property. Like there are many properties. For example, entire control that button I want to change as text box. I have written that logic here. Now if you observe here, now this control is changed as text box like this. Like that, any control properties you want to change at runtime, then we are taking the support of JavaScript. And the second point, validations point of view. You want to validate the controls, then we are using JavaScript. Next one, to execute some logics in browser JavaScript, and mostly Ajax concepts. So these days we are working with Ajax concepts here. Okay, Ajax is very important for us. With these Ajax concepts also want to work with that, then JavaScript we are using here. So Ajax object I want to create, that object I want to send to the browser. So in this scenario also we are taking the support of JavaScript. Like that in many locations we are using JavaScript concept here. So this is JavaScript is client-side script which we are using. Now come to this React.js. Okay, what is React.js? That concept we are discussing here. React.js is nothing but the library of JavaScript. What is that? Yes, it is library of JavaScript. Some people they are thinking, not thinking. So some people may say JavaScript, React.js is the framework of JavaScript, but React.js is not framework. React.js is library of JavaScript. Framework means framework is providing one predefined structure. Inside that structure, we are implementing the logics. But React.js is not providing any predefined structure for us. Okay. So that's why here it is providing only some libraries, means some packages it is providing. Those packages we are using in our program and we are accessing the functionalities of this package. So like that, what is React.js? It is library of JavaScript and implemented by Jordan Work. So Jordan Work implemented this React.js and initial version 1.x he released in 2013, and he is one of the employees of Facebook organization. This React.js is maintaining by Facebook Corporation and many websites like Facebook, Instagram, okay, and next one YouTube, like that in different websites. This React.js they use it for the client-side functionalities. Now, what is React.js? It is the library of JavaScript. So, what are the benefits we have with this React.js compared to JavaScript? Yes, main benefits. So, less coding. That is first point. So for example, in JavaScript, you want to perform Ajax functionalities, we have to write number of lines coding. But when you are coming to the React.js, okay, predefined package is available with the name Axios. That package, if you use only single line statement we are using. Like that, every functionality is simplified in this React.js. That is the main advantage of library. And not only simplified code, more enhanced features are available in this React.js over JavaScript. Now we need to discuss about the features of this React.js. What are the features we have in this React.js? So that concept we are discussing now. Now once again, just if you come to this point, React.js is it client-side script or server-side script? First point, yes, it is client-side script. So client-side script is executing where in client's browser or server machine. Yes, in client's browser, the script is executing. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.js, okay, all these technology, jQuery, all this comes under client-side scripts. These scripts are executing client system. So why we are using these client-side scripts? What type of operations we can do with client-side scripts? Yes, we can provide the dynamic functionalities to the HTML controls. Yes. Next one, we can validate the input controls. We can validate input controls. Like that, in different areas, we are working with this client set scripts and to execute some logics in browser to work with the Ajax concept. And the next one, to display the pop-ups on the browser and the dynamic image sliders. All these things we can do by using client side scripts. So here the simplified technology is React.js. So that is wild popular now in these IT industries. So here any opening, if you take compulsory React requirement, they're asking that point of view. Because any website, first of all, any website, compulsory client-side coding is required. Yes. So here, what are the functionalities we are doing with JavaScript? Those are not possible by using Java.NET PHP. Those are server-side code scripts. Those scripts are executing server. They cannot handle the browser controls as well as browser options. So that is possible by using JavaScript or next level of JavaScript like React.js. Is it clear? Yes. Now, what are the additional features we have in this React.js compared with JavaScript? Those things we're discussing. Before that, in 2013, so Jordan Walk, he implemented this basic version. He developed the basic version of React.js, that is 1.x. Okay, so now it is maintaining by Facebook Corporation. Okay, and it is widely adopted technology in this industry, software industries. So every company, almost every company using this React.js. So we have huge requirement openings in this React.js. Now, what are the features we have? Yes. So the features point of view, if you take here, first one, simple script or coding, and second one here, it is very easy to developers, okay, to learn this React.js. Learning curve is very simple, okay, because almost all JavaScript based. This is JavaScript based. So till now in the software companies, every software engineer knows this JavaScript almost all. Okay, they can easily migrate to the React.js. Yes, because in React.js also we are writing the JavaScript code only, but React.js itself is providing some predefined functionalities. Those functionalities we are calling from our JavaScript code. That's why coding point of view, it is JavaScript code only. That's why we can easily learn this technology. Okay, so simple coding is there. Okay, next one here, it is working based on virtual DOM. Yes, so what is virtual DOM? Some clarity I will give you now. Later we'll discuss in programmatic point of view. So it is working based on virtual DOM. Now what is this virtual DOM and how it is working, that we will discuss. Just now in front of you we created one HTML program, demo.html I created, right? In that HTML program I taken one image control. I have taken one image control. Now, like that one button and few more controls we are placing in your web page. Now, if you observe here, this is one HTML file. Assume that demo.html. Yes, in this file we are placing the tags like img image tag, some properties, and paragraph, and next one here heading tag. Like that, some controls we are taking here. Now, when I open this file, in primary memory location RAM, what is happening? One memory object is allocated, means some memory is allocating for this space. In RAM, some memory is allocating. So if you take any software or any tools or any servers, first loading into the memory location, RAM memory. Memory means not hard disk, in RAM. So here for this web page also some memory is allocating. That memory we are calling as DOM, document object model. We are calling it as DOM memory. Yes. So now in this memory, just the objects, sub objects are creating like this. This is one object, and this is another object. Like that, we are getting the sub objects in this memory location. These objects we are calling as DOM objects. Means based on the tags which we have taken here, In this memory location, these objects are creating. Now here in this browser, finally, these object controls are displaying here, like image control and next one text box control like that. So this button, etc., heading tag, etc. Now this is the main area. This area we are calling as DOM. Okay. So now if I do any modifications in these controls, for example, if I change this text of the text box, or if I do any modifications, every time what is happening, this DOM is rendering here, means it is recreating every time. It is recreating. So that is the procedure how this web page is working till now. Now, at the time of recreating, that entire DOM is recreating with the controls again based on this browser. But I updated this text box only. Okay, I updated this text box, or you modified some other control. Okay, drop down is dialog box like that. So in that point of view, it is a very time-taking procedure to reload this entire DOM again and again. So for that, this React is coming with one concept. What is that concept? Virtual DOM. Means they're maintaining one more DOM of this physical DOM. So this is the physical DOM and this is virtual DOM. So it is nothing but replica of this DOM. Means same cloning of this DOM. Is it clear? Now this DOM, what is happening here? When I do modifications here, then what is happening here? First, this virtual DOM is modifying. So that time that original DOM is not updating here. This virtual DOM is modifying based on the modifications what we done here. Only that area is modifying here. Only that area is modifying here. After that, it is comparing these virtual DOM elements with the physical DOM. So the patchwork is done here. The same patchwork it is updating in this original DOM here. Means instead of re-rendering this DOM again and again, so what is happening here? The patchwork it is performing on this original DOM. This concept we are calling as okay. So virtual DOM concept. So it increases the performance of applications. For example, in my web page, many modifications I'm doing here. Okay, so that time, so the performance is very fast while working with this virtual DOM concept. Means instead of rendering the original DOM directly, so it is calling the updates on the virtual DOM. Then virtual DOM is comparing with the original DOM. Only that patchwork it is performing on the original DOM. It is updating only that patchwork. That is the concept of this DOM here. Is it clear? So that is very important. So I will show you how it is working, that mechanism, everything. So first point which we discussed here, that is simple coding. And second point is it is working based on virtual DOM. And third one, data binding. Yes. So data binding is one of the popular concept. So this data binding we have in this React.js. Okay, even in AngularJS also this data binding is there, but in Angular virtual DOM concept is not there. Okay, so that is available in React. Now, what is this data binding concept? Yes, nothing is there. In this concept, we can bind a variable with output control. So what is the benefit of this binding? That I will discuss with you. Now here, just if you observe this, yeah, I'm creating one variable. Serial number is equal 100 I have given. This is a variable which I created. And this is a text box control which we have. Is it clear? Yes. Now this variable value I want to display on this text box control. Then what we should do? Just we are executing some code here. So reading the variable value and displaying on the text box control like this. That is through JavaScript we are doing like this. But when you are coming to this React.js, this React.js, data binding concept is there. What is that? Data binding concept is there. What is the benefit of this data binding? So without executing this code, directly you can bind a variable with this control. That control may be text box or heading tag or any other control. So this is the concept of data binding. So here, when you are modifying this variable value, those updates automatically available in this output control. Like that, so it reduces programmer no need to bother about the uh, fetching updated values, because auto update option is available in this data binding. So that is updated. Okay, for example, you're displaying the table information on the grid. Okay, yes, in this web browser, it displays on the grid. After that, you modified any cell value or some other location, you modify the table data. And automatically this grid will update with those modifications. So that concept we are calling as data binding. Normal programming, again, we have to write the logics to update the grid based on the modifications of this table. But here it is not like that. The automatic data binding concept is there. So that is one of the excellent concept available in this React.js. Data binding concept is there. Next point is, yes, so single page application. Yeah, nowadays this is very, very popular. So not only in this React.js, even in Angular, also the single page application is available. So these days, websites are working based on single page applications. So what is the single page application concept that we will discuss now? So if you take any web application, number of web pages are there like this. Like that, we have a number of web pages like home page is there. Next one, services. Next one, about us, like the number of web pages we have. And this is the browser which we have. I'm sending a request to this server. Then home page is loading the browser. In this, we are displaying services and about us hyperlinks. Like that, these are the hyperlinks which we are displaying here. Now, if user click on the services option, then what is happening here? Again, one more request is going to the server and that page is loading into the browser. If user click on about us, again request is going to the server and that page is loading into the browser. Like that for every hyperlink selection, navigation, the request is going to the server and response is coming. That is the default way till now the websites working to navigate from one page to another page. But when we are coming to the single page application, so we can also call it as a routing concept. In this concept, what is the benefit of this concept? So we are creating one object. In that object, we are holding all these pages. That object we are holding all these pages. I will show you that one. Now here, all these pages we are holding with that object. When user is sending the first request, a response is coming. That response delivery time enter this object we are sending to the browser. Means what are the templates we linked with this object? Those templates are sending to the browser, and those templates are storing in the browser cache memory location. Now, later if user click on the services, then no need to go to the server to fetch the data. Directly we can open from here. And about us directly we can open from here. Like that, so instead of sending a request again and again to the server, so we can access the pages, means user can access the pages from his browser only. So those pages initially downloading into the user system, and later when he click on this navigation link, hyperlink like services about us, data is coming from that client system only. This concept we are calling as single page application concept. It reduces the network traffic on the server and increases the performance of application. That is very, very big advantage. Even once the application is loaded, later we can also work with offline mode. So in this concept, that is the concept of single page application. Okay, that is supporting by this React JS. And next one here, the number of filters are available. Yes. So different types of filters we have in this React.js. So filters we are using. These filters are ready-made filters which we can use to change the format of data. To change the format of data, like one format to another format. For example, conversions like string into uppercase or lowercase, or for example, title case or currency conversion. Like that, for everything, some predefined filters are available. So these filters directly we can use. In normal programming, we use it to write the JavaScript logics, but in this scenario, the predefined filters are available. We can use these filters to work with this concept. And the next point, yes, the very, very important point, this one. Okay. Now, if you take React.js, okay, this React.js is providing one framework that is nothing but React native framework is there. Yes. So this is the framework. Framework means I told you framework is providing one structure to develop the logics. Okay, but library is not providing any structure. So React native, if you take, that is framework. React JS is library. Okay. Yes. So what is the benefit of this framework? Okay, why we are using this framework? Yes, to work with the mobile applications. It is mobile technology, hybrid mobile applications we can develop by using React Native. So once you clear with this React JS, it is very simple to work with this React Native concept. So by using this React Native, we can develop hybrid mobile applications. What is the meaning of this hybrid mobile applications? Yes, one mobile application can run under any type of platform like iOS, Android, okay, and the next one Microsoft, etc. That is the concept of hybrid. Hybrid means only one project we are doing here, one application we are developing. So that application is compatible with any type of device. So that type of concept is there in this React Native. So here also we are using React.js, okay, features only. Additionally, it is providing some components to work with the mobile technologies to handle the mobile controls like camera control, and next one here keypad controls like that. So further some additional components are available, but coding everything we are working with React.js only. That's why here one of the main reasons to get much popularity is nothing but here React Native. The React Native technology we are using. Next one, React.js, if you take here, that is component programming. Yes. See, in old days, we used to work with modular programming. So these days, we are working with component programming. So here, component means nothing but one concept. If you take our login concept is there, our registration concept, like that. If you take any concept, so every concept contains designing as well as logic script. Is it clear? Designing code and logic script. Now in my website, I'm working with login concept. So now I can create one component. In this component, I can write the design code as well as logics of the login. Like that for registration, one component. For logout, one component. Like that, we are creating as components, and each and every concept we are implementing as components. In old days, how we use it to work in one folder, like model folder, all logics we use it to define, like registration logic one file, and next one login logic one file, and the next one here logout for that logic one file, like that. So all logics files we are creating in one folder, and design templates we are creating in another folder, view folder. Finally we are integrating these two files here, like design script and logic script. That is just little bit backward if you go in that programming we use it to work. But these days we are working with component programming. Means for every concept, one component we are creating. That component, inside that component only, we are defining the logics as well as design script. Yes. So what is the benefit of this component programming? Yes, it is faster to use and reusability. So we can easily access one component from another component. That is the main purpose of this component programming. Like that, React JS is working based on component programming here, and it is very simple coding, and it is working based on virtual DOM. That is the main advantage here. Because of this virtual DOM, the performance of application is very fast, and it is working based on data binding and single page application. Number of filters are available. Next one, it is supporting number of validators. Yes. You want to validate the HTML controls, and based on the validations, you want to execute some logics. Then we are working with these validators. So initially, if you take old technologies, means old applications, in these old applications, we use it to work with JavaScript to create the validations, everything. But these days, we are using these validators. These ready-made validators are available. These validators, okay, we can use to check the valid data or invalid data entered by user, and based on that we can execute the further implementation steps. Okay, so like that this React is providing number of validations. Is it clear? So like that these are the additional features we have in this React JS compared with JavaScript. Okay, so in this React JS, these are the main features: single page application, virtual data binding, less coding. So filters are available, different types of filters are available. And the next one, very important point, okay, that is nothing but, yes, JSX format. It supports JSX format. Yes, JSX stands for JavaScript XML. In React applications, React is providing this JSX support here. What is the concept of JSX? Nothing is there. So inside the JavaScript code, we can place HTML controls. That's the main concept of JSX, JavaScript XML. So, for example, one HTML control I want to call from JavaScript code. Generally, we are using document.getElement by these type of functions to call the HTML control into JavaScript and to update the data of that HTML control. But when we are working with this JSX format, in this format, so directly we can access the HTML control from JavaScript. That is very benefit for us to easily combine this HTML and JavaScript, HTML tags with JavaScript code, and to display the JavaScript results on the HTML elements. In this point, we are working with JSX format. Like that, these are the main benefits which we have in this React JS. Okay, that's why these days many applications they are working based on this React only, this technology. Is it clear? Yes, React JS is the client-side script. So maintaining by Facebook, and in complete Facebook they use it this React JS. In Instagram and YouTube, like that many websites they implemented with this React JS. Okay, and here this React JS initial version released in 2013 by Jordan Faki, the employee of Facebook, and here current version is 16.x, and this React JS is supporting all these features like simplified coding, virtual DOM, data binding, etc. Now, to work with this React JS, you want to learn this React JS. What is the prerequisite? Is nothing but JavaScript. Yes, we should know JavaScript. So based on the JavaScript only, this React concepts we are using. So JavaScript means you people may think, yes, I know JavaScript like that. But JavaScript means advanced JavaScript is very important for us. So normal JavaScript means window, document. Okay, these are common things only. So promises, next one, async await, and prototypes, closures. Okay, next one, webpack, like that. Class declaration JavaScript. So from version 6 onwards, ECMAScript 6 onwards, many advanced features are introduced in this JavaScript class, and arrow functions, lambda expressions. All these are the main things in this JavaScript. That's why once you clear with these concepts, then only we can easily go through this React concepts. That's why in this batch, first time starting the JavaScript concepts. So once JavaScript concepts clear, then we will start the React concepts here. Is it clear? And we will discuss how to handle the Ajax and how to call the external API services. Okay, so REST API services, how to access and how to connect with the database by using server-side script, how to fetch the data from database. So all these integrations also we are discussing here. Okay, so like that, these are the main features we have in this React JS. Now you have any doubts in this point of, you can ask me, all of you. I keep you in unmute mode. Yes. Yeah, you can ask me the questions, any doubts you have. So all of you
So,
clear with these concepts, Ram Babu, Prakash? Yes.
yeah, this is
Sai
Ram here.
has. Yeah, tell me.
So the reason, like, my question is like, what are all we are covering in this course? Like, basically, like when we talk about React, JavaScript, look, I don't have much knowledge onto the JavaScript and HTML, but basically, I'm a mid service components developer, like create REST services and all. Has a good experience,
Mm,
but I wanted to go with this React because,
mm,
like, wanted to build in the full stack application end to end kind of thing. So
mm.
does it need like basic knowledge, more knowledge into HTML, JS to get into React, or simply I can go ahead with React?
HTML is common here, Ram Babu. Okay, so Ram.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
HTML is okay. That is very simple because at the time of usage in these discussions, you will get the clarity in this HTML. So that is not issue. But JavaScript is very mandatory here. Advanced JavaScript is very important for us. That's why, as I told you just now, first I will cover the concept of JavaScript because without idea on this class creation and lambda expressions, okay, and promises means asynchronous calls we want to perform, then promises, async await, and next one here closures, prototypes, okay, promises. All these concepts you must familiar with these JavaScript concepts. Then only we can understand these React.js concepts. So that's why first I'm covering the JavaScript concepts. All these areas I'm covering. Then only I will step into the React concepts. Is it clear? So that's why I will feel that you people don't have any idea on JavaScript. That is, I will feel like that, and based on that only, I will start the discussion. Okay? Yes. Next question.
Okay, got it. And end to end, are we going to develop any application like building the web page, one kind of site and
See,
end?
anyhow, this is client side. Okay, this client side development. So that's why client side area can work. So server side it can't work because you are creating API services with server side. Like that, you can create the API service in server. But as a UI developer, your role is you have to handle this API service from client side programming and the navigations. Okay, and the routing concept, authentications. Okay, all these things we can do in this front end point of view. Okay.
Okay, okay,
Sir,
got it.
server side means JSP or PHP, ASP, these technologies we are using. Yes, in server side
Mhm,
point of
got it.
view if you
Yeah,
want. Mhm.
thanks.
Next queries.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, this is Kumar.
Yeah, Shiva,
Yeah,
tell me.
just I wanted to know these exercises like on daily basis you are going to provide the session, right? So, you are going to provide the hands-on exercise along with that, or how we will train those exercises what you are
See,
teaching, right? So,
what are the programs I'm explaining in this class? Every day I will upload those programs into server. Yes, you can download these programs and you can practice. And what are the running notes I'm discussing here? That notes also will upload into the server. You can download and you can read that notes. And sometimes I will give you some exercise. Those exercises you have to work out in your location. Is it clear? So day-wise class concepts I'm uploading into the server. So I will give the URL address. So once the class is completed, you can download those concepts and you can practice those programs. Programs also I will upload to you. Okay. So what are the programs we're discussing today class? Yes, after this class, within hour, I will upload it to the server. You can download and you can practice. Okay.
okay. And I seen like 41 indexes are there. I mean, 41 days, 41
No, no, no.
those.
Not possible to cover in 41 days, 45 days here. So 55 days it will take definitely.
Okay, no problem. Just I wanted to know on daily basis it is like Monday to Friday, 1 hour
Yeah,
like that.
Monday to Saturday. Monday to Saturday.
Monday to
Monday
Saturday, it is
to
okay.
Saturday. But first Saturday we don't have class. Means not tomorrow. Means day after tomorrow. Saturday is coming. Coming Saturday we don't have class because it is first Saturday for every
Okay.
batch. Not only for this batch. Every batch first Saturday we don't have class. Don't expect month first Saturday. Okay. Batch first Saturday we don't have class. Later Monday to Saturday. Okay, next.
Whatever the concept you have given in the, I mean, in the online, I've seen like 41
Yeah,
indexes are
those
there.
concepts.
Uh,
Hmm.
okay, fine. Okay, that's
Those concepts will be covered.
yeah.
Yes, and some
Yeah.
concepts also not mentioned there. Okay, some concepts also like I think here server-side interactions. Okay, like that deployment in server and how to build the application, how to deploy in Heroku server and other servers. Those concepts are not mentioned in uh, that course content. We will discuss those concepts also.
Yeah,
Next.
sir. Hello. Yeah, sir. This is Day. So, sir, you told that you will be starting with JavaScript, right?
Hmm.
So, how many days it would be, and when the exact React classes will be started? And even you told that you used a term known as, I mean, advanced JavaScript, right? So, what
Yes.
is the difference between JavaScript and advanced JavaScript?
See, Java is there, CoreJava and Advanced Java. What is the difference here? In CoreJava, some concepts are there, like object-oriented program, like that. In Advanced Java, some additional means uh, latest features are there. Means what is that we can say? For example, JavaScript 1995 it is released. Okay, initially only few objects are there, window object, like the document object, like that. But here in this 2016. Okay, if you take here, many changes are there. Advanced concept they introduced, like here lambda expression. Okay, like the different types of advanced concepts. Okay, and if you take here, this promises, async await. Okay, web packs. All these concepts are advanced concepts only. Okay, so core concepts if you take here, so window object, document object, history object, XML HTTP request. Okay, like that these objects we have in this core concepts. So that's why here actually this advanced and code, these words we are specifying here, but according to this Netscape Corp, actual JavaScript is implemented by Netscape Corporation. Yes, it is a product of Netscape Corporation. So every version they're adding some more features. Those features only we are calling as advanced features. Is it clear? Yes. Because if here the problem is many people they're attending, they're feeling yes, I know JavaScript. Like that they're feeling. But what they know, I know that one. Okay, like document.get element by ID, alert, prompt, these functions. Those are not at all useful for us. Is it clear? So the main thing is class programming, object oriented programming. Actually, not object oriented, it is object based. JavaScript is object based, but it supports classes. Okay, next one, inheritance concept. Okay, and these nested functions, closures, like that. These are the main concepts which we need. Yes, I will discuss those concepts. Yeah, next. Yeah, what are the other queries we have? Were they clear that
Yeah,
point?
yeah. This is Sukumar again.
Yeah, fine, sir.
I have one question. Say, for example, in between, if I miss the classes, one day or
Yeah.
2 day, if I miss the
Yeah,
class,
I will
can
provide
I
you that
get it?
recording.
Okay. Okay.
If you miss the class, okay, you can send me that mail. Okay, I will in that just in that mail you should mention which class you missed. So I will give you that class recording. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Next.
So not every class recording will be shared.
Not every class recording. Initially, I'm telling you. Okay. So which class you missed that class recording only I will share with you. Okay.
For example,
Because
like
hmm,
earlier it used to share a link on the Google Drive so that it's a not downloadable one. So is it something like could be
no.
available?
No. So directly I will send your mail ID. Okay. So which class you missed? That class I will send your mail ID. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that provision is there.
Yeah,
Next.
Okay.
sir. Sir, when coming to the futures, in that in virtual DOM, I'm having one doubt. So usually
Hmm.
people will tell that React is, I mean, bit faster than Angular, right? So
Yes.
due to that virtual DOM, or else,
Due to
I
that
mean,
virtual
why it
DOM.
is?
Due to that
Yeah.
virtual DOM.
Okay, fine,
The
sir. So
main
in
reason
Angular
is
only.
the main reason is virtual DOM. in this point of view. But one more thing I
Oh,
can say, Angular also has some additional features compared with React, React also. So these advantages and disadvantages both we have these two technologies. Okay, performance point of view, React is faster due to this virtual DOM.
Okay, okay, fine, fine, sir.
Mm. Yeah. So every day our timings are just like this: 8:30 to 9, 40, 9:35, 9:40 like that. But initially 4 classes, okay. I will take up to 9:30, okay. 8:30 to 9:30. After 4 demos, okay. 9:40 up to 9:40 I will take the session, 1 hour 10 minutes, and 5 days a week. Okay. And the next one, so around 55 days like that you can estimate to finish this course. Okay. And here we are communicating with the API services and database interaction, server-side API services. We like that here, front-end navigations, all these things we are discussing here. Okay. Yes. So in tomorrow's session, we'll discuss the other concepts related to this. I think all of you are comfort with these concepts. Yeah.
uh,
Someone wants to ask. Yeah. Tell me.
yeah. Regarding about the next day class, I mean, how do I log in? Is this the same registered link I need to again log in?
Yes, same. So up to 4 to 5 days, this link will maintain. After that, they will provide separate link for the paid persons. Okay.
Okay,
So
fine.
till that time, this link is same.
Okay, on daily basis they will provide the link or the only one
No,
link
no, no,
after
no, no, no,
payment?
no, no, no. After payment, one link.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Again, for every 20 days, another link. Okay.
Okay,
Because that link will expire for 20 days. Okay.
okay,
Then they will provide you another link. Okay. Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Welcome. See you in next class. Have a nice. Okay. Good night. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.